It's 6 a.m., but it's really chilly out there. Definitely grab a coat. We're starting your day at 38 degrees.
Live from KSAT 12, Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning to you at 6 a.m. on your Tuesday, February 13th.
Thanks for joining us. We hope you had a wonderful Monday and are enjoying the afternoon temperatures. Morning, a little cold for us.
Yeah, it is kind of chilly out there, and Mike would also probably agree that there's a 100% chance some of you will be buying greeting cards, flowers, or chocolates in the next 24 hours.
Yes.
You better.
If you're smart.
If you're smart, or you're going to be in big trouble.
Yeah.
So one thing for sure, the chocolate, now take it out of the car this afternoon if you buy it this morning, but it's going to be okay this morning because it's really cold out there.
Got it. So this morning, not this afternoon.
No, because then all of a sudden it's going to be a big mess.
Oh, no. Yeah.
But it still tastes the same. Anyway, clear skies out there. Beautiful view. Obviously, the camera froze a little bit by the airport. And speaking of freezing, yes, it is freezing. Valverde, Bernie, out I-10 in toward the hill country. 30 degrees right now in Comfort, 35 here in town. Just above freezing in Hondo, so in your backyard, probably at freezing. Then there's a little bit of a breeze in places. So, yep, we got a wind chill to deal with. 27 Hondo, 31 at the airport, and 33 is what it feels like. Castro, Port SA, as well as over there at Randolph. Mold and mountain cedar both on the low side. Not quite done with the mountain cedar season yet, but it is definitely in the waning days of the season. And of course, oaks right around the corner. All right, gorgeous day today. Beautiful sunrise. Cold temperatures, need a jacket this morning, and then you won't need it by later on this afternoon. 60 at noon, and then we're all the way up to 68 degrees. So across the board, we're going to be gaining 30, 35 degrees from the low to the high. Good indication, all that very dry air in place. Now, that's going to start to change. We'll have a few more clouds around here tonight, and then more clouds around tomorrow. So not as cold in the morning, but then not as warm in the afternoon. Then we'll talk about some rain chances, talk about a cold weekend, and then a heat up. Big warm-up next week. Details in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, RJ, what's going on?
All right, Mike, things looking pretty good out there. If you're about to head out right now on your Tuesday morning, of course, a lot of people starting their work week or school week after the day after the Super Bowl there. Loop 1604, traffic moving pretty good there. 98 Nogolito, same situation there as well. Biggest thing we're following at the moment is a car fire that's being reported on the west side. This is at Culebra and Potranco Road, so it's off of 410, but still two very, very busy roads that a lot of people travel through, so keep this one in mind if you are headed out in that area. The rest of the city, guys, things looking pretty good right now. No major delays or incidents to let you guys know about, but we will continue to monitor the very latest and give you more updates as they become available. Mark and Stephanie, back to you guys.
RJ, thank you. New this morning, San Antonio police searching for two suspects involved in pulling a man down an escalator inside North Star Mall. Look at this disturbing video from the incident January 27th, showing the victim stepping on the escalator inside Dillard's. Police say that's when the suspect came up from behind and aggressively grabbed the victim, causing him to fall down the escalator steps. We're told the victim's head slammed against the stairs, causing severe injuries to his entire body. Investigators also say neither suspect stopped to help. Call police if you have any information. That number is 210-207-7635.
Now to an active silver alert from the Austin area. Police there are looking for 72-year-old Gloria Moore. She vanished Sunday night around 9:30 p.m. Now, Moore is about 5'4", has black hair and brown eyes, and a medical condition. Austin police say Moore was in a blue 2019 Honda Civic, the temporary Texas license plate 4722L37. If you have any information, you are asked to call that number on your screen right now, and that is 512-974-5017.
And there's a clear alert out for a man from Pflugerville, an area north of Austin. Travis County Sheriff's Office is looking for 33-year-old Travis Bruce. He disappeared early yesterday morning around 2:15. Bruce is described as about 6'1" with blonde hair and blue eyes. He was last seen wearing an Astros hat, gray hoodie, sweatshirt, and black pants. He also has tattoos on his left arm and left calf. The Travis County Sheriff's Office says Bruce was in a blue 2019 Ford F-150 pickup truck with a Texas license plate 767DV64. If you have any information, you're asked to call the number on your screen there in the white banner, 512-974-0845. This morning, we're learning new details about the woman police say opened fire at celebrity pastor Joel Osteen's megachurch in Houston.
Her young son was also shot, and now, as ABC's Andrea Fujii reports, police are revealing where she got her gun and details on her violent past.
This was the moment gunshots rang out inside Joel Osteen's megachurch in Houston. Police say 36-year-old Genesee Moreno walked in with her 7-year-old son and opened fire with an AR-15. Off-duty officers fired back. Moreno was killed, her son critically wounded. Investigators say Moreno was also carrying a .22 caliber rifle along with anti-Semitic writings.
There was a sticker on the buttstock of the rifle that stated Palestine. A sticker simply stated Palestine.
Authorities say the weapon was bought legally in December, Moreno obtaining the gun despite her history of mental illness and arrests dating back to 2005 on charges including assault. Court records show she also had a turbulent marriage ending in a bitter custody battle. Moreno's ex-husband accusing her of violence and putting their son in danger multiple times.
We do believe that she does have a mental health history that is documented through us and through interviews with family members.
Police are also investigating a YouTube video from 2020, originally posted by Moreno using a different name. In a Facebook post, her ex-mother-in-law says Moreno suffered from schizophrenia, insisting despite the anti-Semitic statements found, the shooting had nothing to do with Judaism or Islam. Authorities are now working to determine a motive and how Moreno was able to get a gun despite her troubled past.
We want to know the motive, how she got the weapon, why she did this. We're not there yet.
Moreno's neighbors say they've been warning authorities about her erratic behavior for years. As for her 7-year-old son, he was listed in critical condition. Andrea Fujii, ABC News, New York.
New deadlines coming up before next month's state primary election. To apply for a mail-in ballot, you have until February 23rd. Also, you can vote early from February 20th through March 1st. Election day is March 5th. We have voting information on all the places where you can vote early over at KSAT.com.
San Antonio Animal Care Services says it is working to better serve the community and so far has hired close to 20 additional animal care officers in the first months of 2024. Now, it says another group of cadets is about to attend the training academy by the end of the month. After graduating, the new ACS officers will join first responders and investigative teams. So far this year, ACS has given out over 2,300 citations. Also, just over 60 dogs have been declared dangerous or aggressive in the same time frame, and close to 11,000 animals have been brought into the shelter during that same time period. Now, of those animals, just over 2,300 were lost pets that were returned to their owners. ACS is also opening 2 additional affordable spay-neuter clinics in the community this year.
For the 6th time in a month, the people of Falls City were shaken by an earthquake. There were 3 quakes over a 2-hour span early yesterday morning. The strongest one was 3.9, and that was at 2:07 a.m. Quakes registering between 2.5 and 5.4 are usually strong enough to be felt. These tremors are just the latest in a series of quakes around Karnes County these last few years. Last September, there were 4 earthquakes in 1 week in Falls City. The town is southeast of San Antonio. In the summer of 2019, Poth and Falls City were both shaken by a 3.6 magnitude earthquake. And since earthquakes have been happening more often here in South Texas, we have a KSAT Explains dedicated to that topic. You can scan this QR code to check it out. You can also watch KSAT Explains anytime you want on demand on KSAT Plus, KSAT.com, or on KSAT's YouTube channel.
And before we go to break, it may only be February, but the April eclipse is on the minds of many people. The eclipse happens on April 8th, and thousands of people are going to get the chance to see it.
Maybe hundreds of thousands. Many of those people will be coming to our region, and there will be a lot of events going on that you can check out. Right now on KSAT.com, a full list of eclipse events happening on April 8th. There will be events taking place in San Antonio, Boerne, Kerrville, and other areas. Wherever you decide to watch the total eclipse, remember to wear your eclipse glasses before and after the event happens. Right now, 6:09, 38 degrees.
And after the break, Wimby made history during a big win last night in Toronto. We're going to have the highlights and reaction from Coach Pop.
And outside with live cam, grab a coat, 38 degrees. We knew it was going to be cold this morning. It's downright chilly out there. Mike says temperatures this weekend could be interesting. Not feeling so spring-like after all. Welcome back.
It's 6:13, and the San Antonio Spurs are on the right side of the win column after taking out the Toronto Raptors last night in Canada.
Let's get to the highlights. All right, early first quarter, Trey Jones has the ball, waits for Wemby, then lobs it to the Rook for the dunk. That was part of a Spurs 10-0 run to open the game. San Antonio led 34-28 after first quarter. Second quarter, Keldon Johnson passes it back to Wemby for the three as the Spurs extend their lead. Closing seconds, Devasel good from downtown, and San Antonio led at halftime 67-50. That's a good sign. Third quarter, Victor had himself a block party. Scotty Barnes challenges Wemby, and he denies him on back-to-back attempts. Later on, he blocks the shot of Barnes again, like it's personal or something. Wemby had 6 blocks in the third quarter alone, and the Spurs led after 3, 103-75. All right, fourth quarter, Grady Dick tries his luck, and Wemby gets his 10th block of the night. New career high. Back at the other end after missing a three-point shot, Vassell whips a pass behind his back to Wemby for some jam. And the look on Wemby's face says it all. An amazing assist. Spurs win at 122-99. Wemby gets his second triple-double of the season, 27 points, 14 rebounds, and 10 blocks.
He did a little bit of everything. Obviously, he's a all-around talented player. You got a great feel for the game, and it shows in a variety of ways, whether he's passing or making decisions, blocking shots. It doesn't matter.
Spurs will play at the Dallas Mavericks tomorrow night at 7:30 to close out the first half of the rodeo road trip before the All-Star break this weekend.
And something else to celebrate today is Fat Tuesday. It's celebrated ahead of Lent. Now, here in the U.S., massive celebrations with parades, street parties, masked balls, and other events are held in New Orleans and Mobile, Alabama. They're also held internationally in Venice, Rio de Janeiro, and elsewhere. In what's called Carnival, Fat Tuesday always lands 47 days before Easter and ahead of tomorrow, which is Ash Wednesday.
Quarter past the hour.
Let's go ahead and check back with RJ. Things look okay from this angle.
Yeah, guys, things look pretty good. I was actually in New Orleans for the start of Mardi Gras. Hopefully that didn't contribute to my voice. I don't think it did. Okay, let's take a look here at TransGuide traffic cameras. U.S. 90 General McMullen traffic moving pretty good there. 281 Loop 410 traffic moving pretty smooth there as well. A couple of smaller things just to let you know about. We have a car fire being reported there, Culebra and Potranco Road. This is going to be off of 410, so it's not going to be on the highway, not causing any major delays right now. But of course, Potranco and Culebra, 2 major roads that a lot of people travel through to get to 410, so keep that one in mind. We also want to let you know about this, that metal plate that's still on I-10 westbound at Frio on the upper level. It's going to be there for a while, guys, as people continue to make their way around there. They're doing that bridge joint construction in that part of downtown I-10 at the Y. So the rest of the city, things looking pretty good out there, guys.
To take it easy on RJ's voice, we asked him to stop singing opera during commercial breaks.
Yes, take a break today.
Yes.
I guess so. I'm going to have to hold off on that.
Mardi Gras, huh? The truth comes out.
Hey, Mardi Gras, there you go, yeah.
That's fun.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
So, our producer, just interesting little factoid about the Super Bowl and all the shots of Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Somebody added up 54 seconds.
Didn't realize that.
Seemed more than that.
I thought it was more.
Same.
Yeah. Unless you're a Swiftie, I guess
Yeah.
wasn't enough.
But my mom said it was less. I don't know if she's keeping track from other games.
Just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
So, all right, hitting the bus this morning. Make sure you grab a jacket, especially if the kids have to wait at the bus stop because it is cold. We got freezing temperatures in parts of the hill country, mid-30s here in town. So we're about almost 10 degrees below normal. Then we're going to end up on the warm side of things up to 68. So we're going to gain 30, 35 degrees throughout the day. One of those, big, huge swings. That's not going to be the case, though, over the next few days because we are going to start to see a few more clouds move in here, a little bit more in the way of some humidity. And, get ready for a good-looking sunrise, good-looking sunset, kind of like this. Taken a couple of days ago by our friend Mr. McClellan. Thank you very much for that one. Gorgeous shot out there at the airport. Lots of clear skies. Good flying weather around here today. Not in the Northeast United States, but hopefully there's no residual effects as far as any flights are concerned. All right, let's jump ahead to then next week. So we're on the cool side this morning. We're looking at a cold weekend, but next week we're also looking at kind of a leaning toward the dry side of things with below normal precipitation, according to the Climate Prediction Center. Also, odds of leaning a little bit more on the warm side of things, and then jump even further ahead, 21st in through the 27th toward the end of the month. And again, not much rain in the forecast, and also leaning toward the warmer side. So basically finishing out the month of February on the warmer side. But that's not going to be the situation, like I said, this weekend. Here's what's going on with the upper level winds. And we had that, the windy conditions on Sunday, on Monday, that low, which is now off the map. That's what pulled that front through here and gave us this nice northwesterly flow. And so that's why we have the beautiful weather hanging around here right now. And that's going to be the case throughout the rest of the day. Then we start to see the humidity come back into the picture, not only down here at the surface, and then also a lot of moisture and some disturbances come on in here from the southwest. And so that's what's going to give us a rain chance Thursday, Friday. Most of that's going to be out of here by the overnight hours, Friday into Saturday. And then we get another front, so another northwesterly flow. This is going to pull down beautiful weather, especially on Sunday, but pretty good chunk of cold air. So we're looking at a freeze again on Sunday, and we'll start off chilly on Monday. But then here's this ridge that builds back in here. So this is why Climate Prediction Center does have warmer conditions and also dry conditions going into most all of next week. As far as this week is concerned, like I said, a huge warm up throughout the day. We're going to make it up to 68 today. Not as cold tomorrow, down to about a normal low temperature. And that humidity, then look at the difference. We're only going to gain maybe 15, 16, 17 degrees throughout the course of the day instead of 35. Cloud cover, humidity only in the low 60s. Low temperatures stay even milder toward the end of the week in the mid 50s. Chance of rain Thursday later in the day. Better chance of rain on Friday. Maybe a little bit of a leftover early Saturday. And we are going to be on the windy side after that front moves on through here. Depending on how quickly the clouds clear out, or how long they stick around, I should say, it may be tough to get above 50 on Saturday, starting at freezing on Sunday, and then only up to 58 degrees. But then after that, like I said, next week, a lot of sunshine and a bit on the warm side of things.
Well, hopefully that rain gets here before it gets really cold.
Oh, yeah, the two are not going to meet.
Good.
Don't worry about that.
Good news. Thank you, Mike.
620, 36 degrees.
And just ahead, if you are thinking about traveling for spring break, now may be the best time to book your flight. We're going to look at why in your GMA First Look.
This is how it feels to do more with less asthma, thanks to Dupixent. Dupixent is not for sudden breathing problems. It's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma and can help improve lung function for better breathing in as little as 2 weeks. Dupixent helps prevent asthma attacks and can even reduce or eliminate oral steroids. Imagine that. Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Get help right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling, or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Who knows what you can do when you do more with less asthma? Ask your doctor about Dupixent, the most prescribed biologic for asthma.
In this morning's GMA First Look, spring break savings. Experts say now may be the best time to book your flights if you strike while the iron is hot.
Chances are once March rolls around, spring break flights are going to get more expensive, not less. We are in the Goldilocks window for cheap spring break flights.
You heard that right. Take a page from the childhood fairy tale. The Goldilocks window is the ideal time to book your flight. Not too early or too late for the price to be just right.
If you book 11 months in advance, you don't see many cheap flights. But also, if you wait until a week or two before when you're hoping to travel, your likelihood of a cheap flight at that point is also going to be very low.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have the expert advice you need to lock in that spring break trip at a price that won't break the bank. With your GMA First Look, I'm Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
In your morning consumer headlines, Apple testing out a virtual card number for Apple Cash users. The number can be used for online shopping even when Apple Pay is not available. That means the prepaid debit card would essentially offer the same use as the Apple credit card.
Meta is testing a list of popular topics on its Threads app. The feature called Today's Top Topics show what conversations are trending. It is being generated by artificial intelligence, and a team of specialists will make sure topics don't violate Threads guidelines.
All right, here we go. There's a new dating app where you get credit for good credit. Neon Money Clubs launched Score. To use the dating app, your credit score has to at least be a 675. The goal is to raise awareness about finances in relationships. The app will only be available for about 90 days.
Very interesting. Hadn't seen that yet. Yeah. Time now 6:25 and 36 degrees for now.
Roads look pretty good, and cross your fingers it stays that way in the next couple of minutes. We're going to check in with RJ Marquez on the other side of the break. Seems like recently we've had spring-like weather around here, but we've got a chilly start to our very early Tuesday morning and just a hint of a sunrise on one of our other cameras.
Hi, good morning. It is 6:30, the day before Valentine's Day, just in case you forgot.
Thanks for starting your day with us here on GMSA. Mike Osterhage has an update on how things are looking, and we've even dropped a couple of degrees since we went on the air at 5.
Yep, all those clear skies, basically light wind, dry air, perfect situation to have all that heat escape. And yeah, it's going to be, as you can see, a spectacular sunrise. A couple of clouds way off in the distance, and there is the planet Venus out there. Boy, that's a good-looking picture. And temperature right now, we are on average around the area 10 degrees below normal. That's the situation here in town. Should be in the mid 40s right now. Dew point stands at 31. So again, clear skies, dry air, and little or no wind out there, and got a lot of freezing temperatures up there. Bulverde 30, Bernie stage right at freezing, below freezing out in parts of the hill country, close to it in a lot of other spots. So in your backyard, maybe below freezing, and that little bit of a breeze means somewhat of a wind chill. 27 Hondo, 31 at the airport, and 33 over there at Randolph is what it feels like. Mold, Mountain Cedar, both on the low side. Mountain Cedar season looks like it is finally coming to an end. So cold start. Huge warm up, kind of spring-like this afternoon, and plenty of sunshine out there. We're going to gain 30, in some cases close to 35 degrees by the afternoon. Now, humidity is going to begin to return tonight. We'll see more clouds around tomorrow. Not as cold in the morning, more of a normal low temperature, but then not as warm in the afternoon. It's going to be cooler, only the low 60s. Then we get into the rest of the week. A lot of clouds, couple of showers around Thursday, a little bit better chance for rain on Friday. And the front's going to move down through here. There may be a straggling shower in the wee hours Saturday morning, and that front's going to pull in some colder air. And depending on when the clouds finally clear out or how long they stick around Saturday, may not even get out of the upper 40s, and looking at some low 50s here in town. And then cold start, freezing again Sunday, and then staying chilly, but a beautiful day on Sunday. You want spring? Just wait till next week. Details coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, RJ, it's been fairly quiet out there in the roads.
Yeah, Mike, things looking pretty good out there, yeah, but you definitely feel that chill when you step outside this morning. Taking a look here, TransGuide traffic cameras, you just saw right there, 90 General McMullen, traffic moving pretty good there. 281 Loop 410, same situation, 1604 Pat Booker on the northeast side, traffic moving pretty smooth there as well. One smaller incident to let you know about, we have a stalled vehicle being reported Loop 410 westbound at Morrison Boulevard, not causing any major delays, so that's good news for our drivers on the far south side, but keep that one in mind. The rest of the city, everything's looking pretty good. We have cleared out that car fire that was reported earlier at Culebra and Petranco Road, so everything else is pretty much smooth sailing across the city of San Antonio. Mark and Stephanie, back to you guys.
RJ, thank you. San Antonio police are hoping to catch up with a pair of suspects who were caught on camera attacking a man inside a local mall.
The video, which is disturbing, shows a victim being pulled down the moving stairs of an escalator. Our Katrina Weber is live near North Star Mall where it all happened.
Katrina, this man was attacked from behind. Did police say whether there was anything that led up to this?
Well, that's one of the questions that we hope to have answered later today, whether this was some sort of act of retaliation or maybe just a random attack. Now, this happened presumably in front of other shoppers at this Dillard store here at North Star Mall. It definitely happened in front of surveillance cameras. The San Antonio police released that video in the hope that someone will recognize the couple in it. The video shows one suspect yanking on the man from behind as he's going up an escalator inside Dillard's. Police say the victim hit his head on the metal stairs when he fell and suffered severe injuries to his body as a result. They also named the woman in the video as a suspect. They say she just stood over the victim after he fell and didn't try to help him at all. Now, they do hope to track down both of these suspects, and they ask anyone who may recognize them to call SAPD's homicide unit at the number, which is 210-207-7635. Reporting live near North Star Mall, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Katrina. Well, a Bexar County judge has agreed to reduce bond for the father of the man accused of killing a pregnant woman and her boyfriend around the holidays. Ramon Preciado is accused of helping his son cover up the killings of Savannah Soto and Matthew Guetta. The couple was found dead in a car in late December. Preciado is facing 2 charges: abuse of a corpse and altering, destroying, or concealing a human corpse. It's also worth noting yesterday in court, while the judge was considering both sides off the bench, Bexar County deputies arrested Savannah Soto's mom, Gloria Cordova, for an outstanding warrant. As for the reason for the bond reduction request, Preciado's lawyers argue he doesn't have the financial means to pay bond.
Is it because the amount is so high?
Nobody has that kind of money.
Nobody in your family?
No, sir.
The state also pointed out that Ramon's family is not doing what they can to raise the money needed to put towards bond. Ultimately, the judge only decided to reduce bond for 1 charge. Now, Preciado's bond totals $450,000. Just a few days ago, another suspect in the case, Mirta Romanos, also had her bond amount drastically reduced.
Hundreds of San Antonio ISD families are facing a major deadline this week. Students at 15 schools set to close can accept their newly designated school or choose a campus of their choice. However, SAISD says that decision must be made by this Thursday. District officials told trustees at last night's school board meeting that nearly 2,700 families have opted into having their child attend the new home school. Around 800 have picked a campus of their choice, and 971 families have not made a final selection. So of those 971, SAISD officials say that 280 have told the district that their child will not return to SAISD next year. For now, staff say they are calling families and will send letters and visit homes if needed. Again, that deadline is this Thursday, February 15th.
Let's go to Uvalde now, where crews finally will begin construction on a new elementary school next week. That's what the district superintendent announced at last night's board meeting. UCISD broke ground on the replacement for Robb Elementary School nearly 4 months ago, but the district still needs money to finish the project. It's about $20 million short on funding. Right now, the district is working with the Uvalde Moving Forward Foundation to raise money.
And for nearly a month, our KSAT Investigates team has been poring over the Department of Justice report into the Robb Elementary shooting. The report listed 10 missed opportunities that law enforcement could have and should have stopped the killing. Instead, children and teachers were trapped and terrified while a man armed with an AR-15 kept shooting for over an hour. We watched hours of body camera video and are bringing you those 10 moments on screen.
Lost 2 pins. When we start shooting, we're going to get more kids. We already have those.
That's what I'm saying. You're right.
I hate to say, we have to put those aside right now.
The full KSAT Investigates story from multiple angles is coming to you tonight at 6:30.
Meanwhile, a San Antonio area pastor is hoping to give someone encouragement after his near-death experience. Last summer, Pastor Doug Roberts was exposed to a flesh-eating bacteria. He thinks he got it at an outing at a theme park. Doctors told him his chances of survival were slim. He was unconscious for most of the critical surgeries. His wife is grateful that the ER doctor didn't dismiss him and insisted on running blood work, which saved his life.
I believe that God puts in everybody. He's no respecter of persons. He puts gut feelings in you. Go with those and don't second guess things.
It has a tendency to make these very purplish sort of blisters on skin, and so it has a very typical lesion that we've seen many times, and that can be a clue.
The doctor says thankfully flesh-eating bacteria is not very common, but they can be contracted through ocean or brackish water. Can also live on some surfaces. You can read more about Pastor Roberts' story on KSAT.com.
And as we move into a new week, 6 Santikos movie theaters are now back open after each of the company's San Antonio locations abruptly shut down last week. However, we still don't have the exact reason why. The Palladium, Casablanca, Mayan, Embassy, Galaxy, and Northwest theaters reopened to start the week. The company says technical difficulties are the reason for the closings, but we don't know what those are. We are also still waiting to hear how Santikos plans to refund customers who had tickets for any movies at locations that were affected by that shutdown.
We'll continue to ask questions and get you some answers. 638, 36 degrees.
Comic actress trying a different form of storytelling just ahead 1 star's new book for tweens. It's all part of this morning's KSAT Kids segment.
Welcome back at 6:42 on your Tuesday. This morning we're having some fun with some KSAT Kids stories on our website. Let's start with a baby boom of African penguin chicks at a San Francisco Science Museum.
So the penguins began hatching in November of 2022 and continued through January. So chicks spend their first 3 weeks with their penguin parents in a nest box. They then attend fish school where they learn to swim on their own and eat fish. Then once they are ready, they are introduced to the colony.
Check this out. Barbie star Kate McKinnon's latest project is a novel for middle schoolers. The Millicent Quibb School of Etiquette for Young Ladies of Mad Science is about 3 sisters and a mad scientist in an uptight town. The book also features artwork drafted by McKinnon herself. It will come out October 1st.
And the big Texas Comic-Con has announced some stars who will be there later this year. That event is happening in October. So some of the stars include Elijah Wood and Sean Astin from Lord of the Rings and Steve Burns from Blue's Clues. Bonnie Wright from the Harry Potter franchise and Charlie Cox, who plays Daredevil, will also be at the convention. We have ticket information on our website.
So that's here? The convention's here?
It says in Texas. We've had it here before.
Is it here?
I'm going to have
Colin?
to.
Yeah, okay.
Yes,
all right.
Yes. Well, there you go. At our website at ksat.com. Also, don't forget that our website is a place for all things KSAT Kids. There are tons of educational resources for teachers and parents.
It's all on ksat.com.
In the time now, 6:43. Let's check back with RJ to see how that traffic's looking.
Yeah, guys, I remember the big Texas Con last year was at the Freeman Coliseum. So I think that is a local event here in town. All right, one quick check of traffic here real quick. Trying to get traffic cameras. 37 Alamo Dome, traffic moving pretty good there. I-10 and Proband, traffic moving pretty smooth there as well. It's been a pretty quiet Tuesday morning, so that's good news. But we do have some delays here for inbound traffic coming in from Livernia. We're looking at 40 minutes. And of course, people coming in from the Castroville area looking at about a half hour, a little bit more in order to get into the city of San Antonio. All right, guys, did want to do a quick gas price check because we did go up from yesterday. In fact, it was about a 10-cent increase just from yesterday to today. Now that's about a 6-cent increase from last week. So we're looking at $2.90 across the city of San Antonio. That's a little bit higher than the statewide average and still considerably lower than the nationwide average, but still gas prices continue to fluctuate. Looks like we're kind of trending on the upward when it comes to gas prices at the moment.
And yes, confirmed. Texas Comic-Con here in San Antonio happening in October.
There we go.
At the Henry B. Gonzalez Convention
Okay.
Center.
They get gas today, too. So Steve from Blue's Clues, is he going to sing the mail song?
That's what you want to know.
Here's the mail, it never, because my wife used to always sing that when the boys were little and the mail came. So
You have to reserve a spot for that.
What?
It never fails. Makes me want to wag my tail.
Something like that.
I'm excited about Rudy.
Right?
Rudy.
And even though I'm not a Notre Dame fan, I love that movie.
Yeah, it's a great
I love
movie.
it. All right, speaking of love, just
great picture.
Extreme cuteness alert. Look at that. Cuter than Cupid.
True.
Baby Emmy stealing hearts at 4 months. Oh my gosh, that's an adorable child. Thank you so much for the KSAT Connect picture. All right, gorgeous shot out there. A couple of clouds well off to the east and to the southeast. Sunrise is going to be spectacular. It's going to pop over the horizon in about a half an hour. And it's cold out there. Freezing temperatures, parts of the hill country, Valverde, close to it around Hondo, 35 at the airport. And then we've got, we've had a little bit of a wind chill to deal with. Now, as far as the humidity, it's very low. Obviously, that's why we cooled off so much. But notice how the winds are going to start to shift around to the southeast. Still a very comfortable day. This is going to allow temperatures to really jump up. But we are going to see the humidity increase overnight. So we're not going to be as cold tomorrow because you can't get down below what the dew point temperature is. And then look at that. By the afternoon, dew points are going to be a good 25, close to 30 degrees higher than what they are right now. And that's also then going to help out with some of the cloud cover. And then that humidity will eventually lead to and help out with some rain by the end of the week. So today, though, just beautiful sunshine out there. Temperature is going to warm up very quickly once that sun gets higher in the sky with this dry air. 60 at noon, and then, like I said, we're going to be topping off in the upper 60s later on today, and a good-looking sunset tonight. Now, as far as jumping ahead to Thursday, tomorrow we have a lot more clouds around here, and that's going to help to keep, even though we're going to have a milder start, it's not going to be as warm in the afternoon because of the cloud cover, and then pretty well socked in all day Thursday. We'll start to see a couple of showers developing late in the day, especially down to the south. A few little showers here overnight. The majority of the rain is going to be to the east and to the southeast. We'll still have a few showers around here during the day on Friday, but again, most of this is going to be to the southeast, and a lot of it, now this computer model does have us getting rid of the rain fairly quickly by Friday evening. There may be a straggler left over as we go on into Saturday morning early, but kind of doubt that. We'll still have some leftover clouds, though. As far as rainfall totals, I mean, out in the hill country, you may not see really anything. Here in town, perhaps, 1/10 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch of rain. And like I said, the majority of that rain is going to be further on down there to the south and east. So here's what it looks like over the next 7 days. We are going to be up to 68 today, and then not as cold tomorrow, more of a normal low temperature, but just shy of normal in the afternoon, and a lot more in the way of clouds, and low temperatures stay in the mid 50s then Thursday, Friday mornings, and we will have that chance for some rain on Thursday and especially on Friday, perhaps a couple leftovers overnight. And it's going to be windy on Saturday. It may be tough to get above 50 on Saturday, depending on how long those clouds decide to stick around here. And then down to, we clear out, and then that'll get us down to freezing by Sunday morning, only up to 58. And then a warm up next week. It's going to be on the warmer side, kind of springish.
Springish, but February on Saturday and Sunday.
Yes.
All right.
Well, even below February temperatures, so.
Kind of cold. All right. Thank you, Mike.
6:48, 38 degrees.
Well, tomorrow on GMSA, a road improvement project on I-35 is leaving some drivers with serious headaches. Laura Katrina Weber is following this story closely and spoke to one woman who has dealt with vehicle damage more than once. That's tomorrow on GMSA.
Yeah, you guys got to see her story. It's amazing and very frustrating, too. Let's go outside with live cam on your Tuesday morning. Feels like a Monday for those of us that were able to take off the day after the Super Bowl. But it's a beautiful day nonetheless. Thanks for starting your day with us.
Good morning. Coming up here on GMA, the wet, heavy snow is falling. The tri-state going to be a wreck for parts of the early commute, and then it will all be out by this afternoon. I will detail who gets what, when, and how much should add up. Also coming up, we are all eyes on the new inflation numbers out this morning, what they could mean for prices and for your wallet. You'll see those stories and so much more coming up right here on GMA.
The grass is greener in San Antonio, quite literally. Things are sprouting, and you may be wondering, hey, are we done with freezes? Can I finally plant my spring garden? Well, not so fast. According to the 30-year average, the average last freeze around San Antonio is toward the end of February. But depending on where you live, if you live outside of the city center or if you live in the higher elevations of the hill country, that average last freeze can be even later in the mid to end of March. And that's just the average. We can get strong cold fronts well into spring. In fact, the latest freeze on record for San Antonio is April 3rd of 1987. Stick around because we could see a freeze this weekend.
Remember the Bless You. Remember the Share the Shoes campaign? We told you a lot about that right before the holidays. Yesterday, the organization behind it, Zapatos and San Antonio Police, gave out the shoes to kids who need them.
So during the last few months of 2023, the Share the Shoes campaign collected shoes for kids of all ages. More than 700 pairs of shoes were collected at the San Antonio Police Department North substation. So we want to say thank you.
Thank you. San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo is going strong, but now we are already looking ahead to Fiesta 2024.
Yay! Starting today, the Battle of Flowers Association will begin to collect over 1 million pounds of food as part of a Valentine's gift to the San Antonio Food Bank. So this year's parade theme is Viva Amor 2024, and Food Bank CEO Eric Cooper will be serving as Grand Marshal for the Battle of Flowers Parade. So donations will be accepted starting at 11:30 a.m. and will go every day until Parade Day on Friday, April 26th.
All right, folks, today is International Pancake Day over at IHOP. Today from 7 a.m. through 7 p.m. you can enjoy a free short stack of pancakes, which consists of 3 basic pancakes. Dine-in only option, all part of IHOP's February month of giving, which helps support Feeding America, which is a nonprofit network of food banks. So perfect transition from food bank story here to food bank story and free pancakes at IHOP.
Yeah, the pancakes look delicious on the video. Maybe everybody's going to jump on the roadway and head over to a IHOP, RJ.
Yeah, guys, give me some blueberry pancakes. I'm good to go. Quick check here at our traffic maps, and traffic, guys, is moving along pretty smooth across the entire area. No major delays or incidents right now to let you know about, so that's good news as you head out right before our 7 o'clock hour. Want to give you a quick look here at some TransGuide traffic cameras, and we see that 90 General McMullen traffic moving pretty smooth there. 281 there at Loop 410, same situation there as well. 1604 at Pat Booker on the northeast side. Smooth sailing across the city of San Antonio. Mike?
Makes you want pancakes for dinner tonight, you know? Lots of clear skies, beautiful start this morning. It is cold out there. We are now back up to 37, still freezing parts of the hill country as well as Hondo. And there's a little bit of a wind chill to deal with, so turn up your collar and zip up the coat, but you won't need it by this afternoon. 68 degrees, and then we do have rain chance moving in here Thursday, basically Friday, and a cold weekend.
All right, have a great day, guys.
We'll be here to get your Valentine's Day started tomorrow morning.